we were to describe the series in just a couple lines, what would we compare it to? So that's why we started saying, hey, it has a lot in common with like Stranger Things, and in a way, with the supernatural side, the teenager side, the teenagers kind of having to work together. And
we kind of knew that obviously like the superhero market is just really saturated, and you've got to be doing something incredibly different if you're going to compete in the superhero market. And it's unfortunately the only way to kind of do that nowadays is to show like a superhero that is like broken or like incredibly violent, or like the anti-hero, or I don't know, disregards humanity almost. And that's obviously not the direction we're going with what we want to do. So we couldn't pitch our stuff or brand it as a way that as soon as you hear, hey, it's a teenager with powers, obviously that's been around since the 60s. So that doesn't sound like anything new at all. So we can't pitch RUNESTONE as like, hey, this is anything like superheroes, even though it's these teenagers who gain some supernatural abilities and then kind of want to do good with it. So we see that there's this underlying theme that's very similar. So it does have these interesting supernatural themes as well, but there are these kind of intense, we keep saying horror, but it's not like extreme horror or anything like that, but it does have these pretty intense moments and some like very suspenseful moments, and there are people that certainly die in this book because there's violence, and it's it kind of depicts that, like, hey, if these were people, especially the antagonists with serious abilities and harmful intent, like they'd just wade through people pretty quick, right? They would, and Naomi got to draw a lot of that. And so I think there's some great storytelling that happens where you can allude to that without it having to be gruesome,
right?
And you get the point. So I think those are powerful pages.